Hello everybody and welcome to the Angry Jackass Brewery Kitchen. It's Jack Suidalnik and today is bottling day of Here Comes the Rapture Stout. Now, last time I showed you a pretty intense breakdown of what I did as I was doing it. Well, at least the steeping process. But I'm all done right now. And the reason being is that it's a very complex procedure bottling and it's better if you have someone to do it with. Now, I would usually do this with my dad, but my dad is at work right now, and today is basically my Friday. So, here's how everything went down. All these bottles you see lying down here, or set up here, I picked those bottles out, and I gave each bottle a rinse out from the inside with soap and water. Sorry, I'm looking at the video right now, and I cannot make eye contact with myself, so if you're turned off by that, my mistake. I don't know why I'm doing this. So I rinsed all these bottles out with soap in the beginning, and then what I did was I sanitized them with a sodium chloride sanitizing solution. Now, sanitization is very important, and you want to make sure that before you start brewing, you sanitize everything that your beer is going to be coming in contact with. So sanitizing took about, I want to say, an hour. Because once I got all the bottles sanitized, I had to wash all the sodium chloride off them, and I just basically followed my nose. And by follow my nose, I mean I rinsed them out with hot and cold water, took a sniff. If it didn't smell like the sodium chloride, and you'll know what it fucking smells like because it will smell weird, it won't smell like a clean glass bottle. Once I got that smell off the bottles, then it came time to doing the following. The bottle caps that you see on them, you can buy in bulk. And what I did, according to Charlie Papazian's The Complete Joy of Homebrewing, was that I boiled those bottle caps for a little bit just to sanitize them. I didn't boil them for too long. I just boiled them enough that any germs that might be on it were dead. Reason being is that any germs or contaminants that can get into your beer while it's in this carbonization process could completely fuck up the beer. And since I'm making this for my friend Ruby Rapture, I do not want to fuck this up. So, boiled the caps for a little bit just to get them nice and hot and kill all the germs. And then what I did was I took a little bit of water in a 1-gallon pot, and I put a little less than a third of a cup of corn sugar in there. I made this corn sugar solution so that when I took the beer out of the carboy and into that container, that bowl, that pot, the beer has basically finished fermenting. The yeast is basically inactive at this point because there's nothing left for it to ferment, but there's still some yeast left in the wort. That by adding the extra corn sugar, you give it a kind of secondary fermentation. Adding that extra corn sugar is going to help give it that beer bubbly fizziness that we all know and love about beer. And how did I get from carboy into pot into the bottles? Well, this handy dandy hose here. It basically works as a gravity pull. What you want to make sure that you can get is you want to make sure that you can get a little bit of water into the tube, and then when you pour one end into the pot that you're trying to siphon out of, you have enough of a gravity flow from the other end of the hose that it will pour into the pot with the corn sugar solution and subsequently into your beer. Now if you take a look, you don't want to fill this all the way to the top. You want to leave some room in here because it is going to basically ferment for a second time. So that's going to be some pressure buildup, and if you don't have enough room, well, you could have exploding beer, which would not be cool. Now, one of the plus sides of this entire endeavor is that you will have some beer left over to sample. Take a look at that. That's the beer. Ruby, this is your beer. So I'm going to take a little sample right now. It's not going to be complete, it's flat, and I'm going to basically let this age for a month before I even try this for real. I'm going to take a bottle up with me to my friend's wedding 1 month from today, and I'll try it then, and I'll post a review after I try it, after it's carbonated. You really only need to let this carbonate for about 2.5 weeks, but since this is stout, I want to give it a little extra time to get ready. So Here we go. That is stout. And that is strong stout. That is strong stout. Well, again, this is basically my Saturday, as I work from Friday to Monday, and wow, I'm already starting to... I can feel a little bit of that already. This is... Ruby, I think you're really going to love this. So, check out the website, angryjackassmedia.wix.com/angjackmedia. There's going to be... It's been reformatted a little bit, so if you want to check out more from the Angry Jackass Brewery, click on the Brew Like a Jackass button. And I'll have a little extra info on Ruby Rapture, because she does have something pretty important going on, and she could use some help with a crowdfunder that she has going on. And I'll post a link to that in the Brew Like a Jackass page, so please be sure you check it out, you donate, you help her out. You don't have to get any of the sexy rewards that she has advertised, but it is worth it as a ultimate fanboy. But give her a little bit of money, she could use some help, and I'm being dead serious about that. But yeah, check it out. You can see more of Ruby on Twitter at Ruby Rapture. And the next beer that we will be doing, hopefully next week, is a cerveza entitled The Donkey Show of Tijuana.